Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to our channel. What's up with the Wilsons? I'm Yvonne,
I'm Bernard,
and
and
we're
we're
the
the
Wilsons.
Wilsons.
So, we are back from our Virgin Voyage cruise. This is our first time going on Virgin Voyages, and we had a really good time. And we thought we'd talk about some of the things we liked and some of the things that we not so much liked, and hopefully, we will encourage you to try it out for yourself. So, ready to get going?
Let's go.
All right. So, first thing that I like about Virgin Voyage is they have a late embarkation. The embarkation process was easy, but I do like that they that they start at about, I want to say it might have been like 12 or 1 o'clock that they start,
Something like that.
but they don't leave till 6:30. So we broke our cardinal rule and was able to fly in the day of versus having to fly in the night before and make sure that we had a hotel and all that. Which most of the time we are okay with that. This time we just wanted to kind of save some of our expenses for other things. But I do like that embarkation starts later and that you're able to fly in the day of if need be.
If need. Which
And
turned out to be okay. We didn't have any issues, getting there. We got there a little early, so it worked out in our favor.
yeah, and I also like that if you arrive early, as it relates to embarkation, if they don't have a full ship, which we did not, you're able to go in early. So our time to
Or
board the ship was 3:30, and we arrived about a quarter to two, maybe 2 o'clock, and we were allowed to get on early because it wasn't as many people, and people were kind of getting through embarkation pretty quickly. So that's the first thing that I like about Virgin Voyages is that you have a later sail away and later embarkation, which means your rooms are available. So what's the first thing you like?
I did like starting in embarkation, and it's maybe because we were got there a little early, and like Yvonne said, the ship wasn't full. A line going through the terminal flowed. It wasn't. I mean, there was a line, but it wasn't like you was standing in one spot for a long time. The line constantly moved, and check-in process in the terminal was a breeze. We didn't need. We did need our passport, but they just boop 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 checked it off and gave us our wristband, and we was good to go.
Yeah, and
And
if you do your check-in process correctly and put all your information in, they don't even need to look at your passport because you've already put everything into their system. And unless there was some sort of error or you left out some information, you didn't even have to pull it out because we had ours in hand and I don't even, I don't even know. Can't even remember if he looked at it. He might have glanced at it just to make sure the photo matched the information, but it
mhm.
wasn't like a very detailed look at it. It was really a really quick.
Yeah, we must have been at the stand maybe about, I think it was less than 5 minutes. It was very quick. It was
Yeah,
very quick,
yeah,
and
they were moving very
yeah, they
fast.
get you in and they get you out really quickly. So
Yeah.
that was one of the things I like.
Okay. The second thing that I like was the cabins. They were very clean, up to date. I am very ick when it comes to that shower curtain that Carnival and Royal has, and I love that they have a glass door in the bathroom for the shower. Everything was high tech. Everything was iPad. I hate being in the bed and realize you forgot to turn the lights out and have to get out of bed, turn the lights out, and so you can control all of that from their tablet. Very up to date, modern. The rooms, they were a little bit smaller than I'm used to with Carnival and Royal. However, it was fine because I felt like we made up the space with the balcony. We originally had a limited view balcony, which is a view with you could see
Like folks.
the lifeboat, and but you could see over it. But we were able to get an upgrade for like $60, and we got a regular terrace view. And if I could have a part B to the cabin, the thing that I like it was that hammock. If it wasn't for the heat, I probably would have lived in that hammock. I fell asleep in that hammock probably every day because it was so comfortable. being on the ocean, especially at night, listening to the waves. So
Very relaxing.
the room, the cabins being up to date, being very like I said, they were very clean. I did appreciate that, and the technology. So that was the second thing that I really enjoyed about Voyage Virgin.
One of the second things that I enjoyed, or the second thing I enjoyed about Carnival, and I was a
Nope,
little,
we're not on Carnival.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying
I
Carnival.
know we always have a
Virgin.
Carnival.
Virgin is, and I was a little worried at first because some of the prior videos that we watched leading up to our cruise, it seemed that the ship was a little empty. That was a concern of mine. But when we got on the ship, because it wasn't a full ship, um, the people, amount of people, I like a lot of people. You know,
Mhm.
she doesn't, but I like when it's a lot of people to interact with. So the thing I liked, it wasn't overly packed. Like you can't move around, but it was enough people to fulfill my need for a lot of people. So I did like that about Virgin and the fact that there wasn't a whole bunch of kids running around because
No kids.
no kids because it's adult only
Adults only.
on the cruise. So that
Yes.
was one of the things I liked about Virgin, not being too crowded but not being too empty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't think we've ever been on an empty cruise. I think
no,
we did cruise during COVID, and it was very light because they weren't sailing at full
hmm
capacity. And then after COVID, when they were, it was like a big difference for me, which was a little bit overwhelming. So I was okay with it not being a big ship because if you've ever seen a Virgin ship, they aren't as huge as the Royal ships or some of the Carnival ships. I want to say the capacity was only like 27 or
20,
2900 or something like
yeah.
that, but we only had like 2200. So it was just enough people to have a good time, to meet people,
hmm
mingle, party, but not enough to where I was like, okay, I need to get off the ship like ASAP.
And speaking of that, there were many places where you can go to hang out to get away. It wasn't like everywhere you look, it was full, or there wasn't seating. There was plenty of seating for you to sit down, relax, and do what you need to do.
Yeah. So, um, yeah. So the next thing that I really liked about Virgin was the experience of being able to try different types of food in different restaurants. I do think that the quality of the food was better. Which, if you watch any video, they spend a lot of time talking about the food because it's good. It's actually good. I didn't have to reach for myself. I didn't have to reach for salt, pepper for pretty much anything. Everything was good. I mean, everybody has their likes and dislikes, so I'm not gonna say everything was perfect, but I was always able to find something to eat, and you could. We waited, so that means the food was being made fresh. It wasn't like you were, in an assembly line and they just made a big pan or something and just dumped it on your plate. Like you could tell, like somebody was back there peeling them potatoes and and battering or seasoning those burgers or whatever. So that's one thing I did like was the variety of food and the fact that it was fresh and you can tell that it was prepared to order.
Yeah, I will piggyback on that too. That's one of the things I like about the dining experience. Knowing that you have fresh meals prepared and you can try different types of restaurants because that's what they have on the ship.
Yeah,
Unlike other cruise lines where that's extra. Like man, I want to try the steakhouse, but
right.
it's extra. This cruise line, everything is included, and I did like that. So you'd be able
Yeah,
to try. Now we wasn't able to try everything.
everything.
I think we left. We wasn't able to try a few two
Yeah, we
places.
didn't get to the wait or
We didn't go to a test kitchen,
yeah, which
which I
it looked
don't.
kind of weird.
Yeah,
I'm very picky, so the test kitchen I think I'm okay
yeah. Test
passing.
kitchen. I think you got to be a certain type of person that's willing.
You gotta have a very open spirit.
Very. You got to be a foodie to
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
go to test kitchen because they try different combinations and it hit. It may not hit, but
yeah.
I did like the food experience. The galley is, I guess, I like the galley.
It's their
It's,
version of
it's
a
a buffet,
buffet,
but
right?
it's less crowded, more open They got their different stations: grill, salad station, bento box station, noodle station, um,
Tacos,
tacos.
burgers.
But it's more spaced out.
Yeah, and the best part is you can order your food and go sit down, and they'll bring it to you,
Hmm.
or you can just go sit down, flip up a little thing on your table, and somebody will come and take your order.
Yeah, it looks like a mailbox
Yeah,
flat. You flip it up on your menu, and
somebody will come and take your order right at your
hmm
table.
yeah,
So that's a plus because that keeps down that cross contamination. There's no you. I'm gonna scoop this myself. Like you're always served, so
hmm
there isn't a lot of hands touching things. So that was good. And if you go to Gunbay, which is the Korean barbecue restaurant, they have a sink for you to wash your hands before you even go into the restaurant.
I like
So
that.
that was good too
Hmm.
because you're actually seated at a table with other people. So we all starting out with clean hands, and you're like it's like family style. So you're like passing the dishes, so everybody has clean hands when they walk in. So
Hmm.
that was a plus. Um, the next thing that I enjoyed, the parties. They had a pajama party the first night, which I don't know how anybody makes it through because if you've been up traveling, the pajama party starts at 11 p.m.
Yeah, you got to be a night
You
owl.
got to be a night out. However, we did hang for a little bit, and it was
Hmm.
fun. That was very crowded because of where they had it, and I don't know if they always have it there, but
It was in like a smaller part of the ship, so
yeah,
it's
it was
like the back of the
outside,
yeah.
but I can't remember what that bar was over there. But it was a bar there, and it was like around the back of the ship.
Hmm.
And it was very, very, very crowded, and so and it was hot that night.
It was
I mean,
very
it was
hot.
super humid and hot, but it didn't stop nobody from partying.
Nope.
So
Everybody was out there in their PJs and
yes,
turning
so
up with their
the
drinks.
sail away party was when sail away. It was at 6 o'clock, and then the pajama party. Then they had the Scarlet Night party.
I did like that. That was a good time.
That was an interesting experience. Now, for me, it didn't seem as turned up as some of the other videos I've seen on Scarlet Night, but it was still very turned up. Like
Hmm.
people was partying. It was another hot night though,
Hmm.
so it was hard to really dance and stuff, but it was fun. And then they went from there to the club. The club was always busy in terms of if you want to sit down, I suggest you get there
Get
early
there early.
because it's limited seating, and especially if you want to be like near the dance floor. But again, that was always a full house.
Hmm. Unless you're just a party person, just want to be on the dance floor, get there when you get there.
Right,
Sit
right.
in.
But I do like that there was multiple nights, and they had a different variety of music. So like one night was I think Scarlet Night. It was like '90s music, which is all
Hmm.
my speed, and then another night it was like '70s and
70.
'80s.
I think that was the last night in the ship.
Okay.
It was 70s thing.
In the end, they had one night where it was just a mixture of some of everything. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think that they do a good job of making sure that every genre is met and everybody can have a good time. And people were, um, excuse me, people were just having fun. Yeah, so if you like to party, there's plenty of partying because there's no kids. People was partying.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is. The party is good. The thing is, a lot of the parties they mostly happen in the evening.
no, all of
All of them.
them.
I mean, there are some events. There's some trivia, some stuff going on throughout the day, but it's a little on the calmer side. But the party and everything happens mostly at night. So if you're an early bird, I suggest you get your rest during
Take
the
some
day.
naps.
Take some naps because the good stuff happens
Yeah,
at night. So especially the Scarlet Party or
yeah,
Scarlet Night. I like to see everybody in their red. It
yeah.
was a good
That was
experience.
cool.
It
Yeah,
was cool just see all the
to
different
see you
people,
red.
their outfits,
Yeah,
and then going to the deck and seeing their performance and
yeah.
people jumping in the pool and partying and taking it to the club.
Right. And if you've ever gone to the Bimini Beach Club on any other ship, when you go on Virgin, they shut it down. No other ships are allowed, and they have a party there as
Hmm.
well. And that party is just as turned up as if you were on the ship.
Hmm.
The Happenings cast, which is their their fun squad or whatever that they have on the ship versus the cruise director and the other people. They keep the party going, so they
Hmm.
have performances. They throw floaties in the water.
Yeah, big floaty pool party.
DJ was hitting, but the let me say about these floaties, okay? Full airplane floaties,
Car floaties.
cars, cabanas, like a blow up cabana where people. I am sad I didn't get any video of that because people trying to hop up on these full airplanes and full floatable cabanas was hilarious. But
Hmm.
it was a good time. Plenty of floaties. So if you couldn't get to one right away, give it a minute. You'll be able to get to one. And that was the thing too. People were cool. Where like they would be on it for a little while and then they get off and let somebody else have it. So there's a party there in Bimini as well.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah,
was the last thing that I enjoyed.
yeah, it was good. Yeah, because Bimini is exclusive. Bimini Beach Club, put it that way, is exclusive to Virgin. As Yvonne was saying, when Virgin is there, there's no other cruise lines there. There's just Virgin there. Um, so they got the red umbrellas that you could tell is Virgin. Uh,
Yeah, their
but
staff is there. You
yeah,
can use your wristband to get drinks. So if you have a bar tab or if you just put money on your account, you can use your wristband and food is included. So if
yes,
you've gone with other cruise lines, you know that you have to pay for your drinks and your food, but you don't have to do that when you go with Virgin.
yeah,
So
that was a plus.
as you can see, we really enjoyed Bimini because we
Hmm.
both talked about
Hmm.
it. So those were some of the things that we liked. I'm sure there were other things, but we're not going to talk our ear off because you need to just go and book yourself a Virgin Voyage cruise.
Hmm.
Okay. Some of the things I did not like. First thing I did not like was the daytime life. Not a lot. Trivia 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, it's only so much trivia. I'm not a trivia person, so I don't know a bunch of random facts about things. But we participated because we wanted to participate.
Hmm.
Um, there was not a lot of I don't know, just not a lot of things to keep you engaged. And I get it. We were up all night, so they probably figure people want to be low key because we're gonna be up all night again. But I like to have things to do throughout the day. There were a few things. There was some bingo I think that happened. We didn't do that. Um, there was a puzzle contest, and we did that. And that was pretty cool. It was
Hmm.
different. I would do that again, but just not enough activities that were happening. They had Zumba. I did it just because there was nothing else to do. So I'm like, okay, let me do Zumba. But I don't go on vacation to exercise ever. But it wasn't bad. I think they had a salsa class, but it was like 9 in the morning. And if I just went to bed at 2, I'm not getting up and going to salsa. So um, there were a lot of people that worked out. I applaud you people who go on vacation and are dedicated to your workout.
Hmm.
That is not me. So the low keyness of the morning for me was kind of a downside. I mean, it was needed since we hung out all night, but I still like to get up and do things, and it just wasn't enough daytime activities for me. What
Yeah,
about you?
I would agree with that too as well. I like when there's a lot of things going on, things that I can choose. I'm like, oh, they got this, oh, they got that. I can go here. It was like Yvonne said, it was a little bit low key. It was a little disappointing. Some of the stuff that they had was okay, but I mean, I'm thinking like the main deck. It didn't have. I mean, it had bars. It was a small pool. It had bars, but there wasn't no restaurants on there. So it wasn't like. I mean, you could go up there and just lounge out and chill. That's what to do. That's not me. Well, I guess that's not us.
Yeah, it's
We
not
want
us.
to be engaged. I know people go on cruises and they like just like to lounge, relax. That's the relaxing time. But I do like to relax, but I also like to be engaged.
Yeah,
And for Virgin Voyages, I think there was a little lacking with just the
daytime
amount of
activities.
daytime entertainment. At
Yeah,
night, you good to go. But during the day, I feel like they can have a little bit more.
yeah.
Yeah.
It and also for me, there wasn't enough. I'm a show person. I want to go to the show, and there were a couple shows, but it's still like Bernard said. I like to have choices. Like I can do this. There was a comedy show that happened during the day. I think he had a second show, in the evening one day,
He
but
did.
I we are already seen it, so we didn't go. He said it was gonna be different material, but we didn't go. Um, but like there was like this dance show, this untitled dance show. That was cool.
It was a little weird, but it
It
was
was
good.
weird, and every time I would be like, okay, this is getting weird. Then it'd be like, oh, that's my song right there. And then it'd get you engaged, but it's the standing thing, and
Yeah.
that means you want me to participate a little bit more than I would probably want to participate in. But it was interesting, and I would go and watch it again. But it was that, and then there was the dual reality show,
Yeah.
which we didn't get to see the ending because one of the performers got injured and they had to stop the show and they never were able to come back and resume it. And I actually don't even recall if they ever had another one the rest of the trip because I
I
didn't
don't.
see any more.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I mean, it
Yeah,
was a bummer that. I mean, I hope everything was okay, but
I think it was because everybody performed at Bimini. So
yeah, I think I want to say somebody's shoulder got dislocated or something like that, but that's what I kind of heard people saying. But
yeah,
I mean, for the most part, we seen it, and
it was good.
it was good. Like I said before, it was a little weird, but I
Yeah,
mean,
all
it
of the
was
shows are kind of
yeah, it
weird.
was a little weird, but at the same time, it kept you engaged. It kept
Yeah,
you looking like, okay, well, what
well,
they
what's
gonna do
happening,
next?
right?
Right? So
And I'm not saying that I would not see any of them again. I would absolutely see them again because especially if there's a different cast, they may have different strengths or whatever. So, but there just wasn't enough. When I go on vacation, I'm not to get a book and sit down and read by the pool, which that's another thing we'll get to of my dislikes.
hmm
But I definitely think that they need to up their entertainment as far as like shows or whatever,
hmm
game shows or something. There were some other shows that we didn't do. The ship show, that one comes with dinner. We didn't do that one, and then there was another some sort of game show that I heard. It
yeah,
wasn't
it wasn't
really a
just a
game
game
show.
show.
So a guy who sat with us at Gun Bay was telling us about it, and he said he would not attend it again. So I would maybe go just to say I experienced it, but again, there were just not enough shows for my particular taste. So
Yeah, another one of the things that I didn't care for was the room was good, but
it was
the
small.
bathroom was tiny. I mean, I'm thinking for a more luxury or ship, we have a nice bathroom. But for our room, which we had a central sea terrace, the bathroom was tiny. I mean, you're sitting on a john, and I mean, the sink is like you're
Right
hugging the
there.
sink.
You
It's
wash
right
your
there.
hands. You wash your face while you sit on the
Right, you can do
toilet.
everything while you're sitting on the toilet. I'm just sorry to be so frank, but it is what it
It
is.
was
I mean,
small,
it's tiny.
but
I
it was
mean,
clean.
it was clean. You
So that's
know,
what I care about. Hey, we got to
yeah,
do the twist to get in there and do what we got to
yeah.
do.
I did like the
It was
shower.
clean.
I mean, they had the overhead rain shower
Yeah,
head,
well, we don't do that.
and they also had a handheld, so you can do either or. So I did enjoy that. But
Yeah,
as far as the room, that was the only thing that I
you
didn't
didn't
really
like.
I didn't like.
Okay.
I mean, the room was set up a little bit weird, but it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't weird like this is off, but it was okay. So
Okay.
that was one of the things
You're
that
just like,
yeah, one of my dislikes. I'm like, okay,
all right. Well, I have two. My first dislike is there. There was the pool to me was kind of non-existent. It was small, and a big part of it wasn't even a pool. It was just kind of like shallow water where you could like didn't get your feet wet along the side. Um, Honestly, I don't even really get in the pool on cruises. I have in Royal Caribbean because they have the adults only, but they only had the one pool on Virgin. It was so small. And actually, our ship wasn't so full that there were times I probably could have gotten in it, but it just was so small, it just kind of turned me off. And I think the fact that it wasn't a big draw for people, it made the pool deck kind of empty because we would randomly go up there and there wouldn't really be anybody out there,
mm-hmm.
which we're used to Carnival where everybody hangs out on the Lido deck because that's where the restaurants are, that's where the
Mm-hmm.
bars are, that's where the pool is. And so that was a bit different for me because if I want to go and sit outside and just people watch, there were not really any people. And again, the pool was, I don't even really want to call it a pool because it
Yeah,
was so
it
small.
was small, and then there was like kind of lack of activity on that deck as
Yeah.
well. Stuff that keep people up there.
Yeah.
I mean, they had the Cellaway party, the Scarlet Pool party was there, but it's like outside of that, there was like no movie
Nothing.
nights,
Yeah.
no pool competitions or anything. It was just
Nothing.
nothing. It was just you go up there if you just want to lounge around,
Right.
lounge out in the sun and
Yeah.
have a drink. That was pretty much it. There was nothing really else happening there, so that was kind of a
Right.
bummer there.
Yeah. So my final thing that I did not really like was, while I enjoyed the restaurants and the fresh food, the menus were very limited. There were not a lot of options. So we did the extra virgin, which is the Italian restaurant. We did Pink Agave, which is the Mexican restaurant, and we did Gumbe, which is the Korean barbecue, and we did Razzle Dazzle for brunch, which is kind of like the vegan
Vegan,
forward
yeah.
restaurant. And at each one of those restaurants, I was able to find things that I enjoyed. I'm a big Mexican person, Mexican restaurant person. However, even that menu was quite small for me. But again, the food that I did choose or put together was good. I wish they had more options. And I'm a basic
Hmm.
steak and potato person, or give me some chicken. There was hardly any chicken on this ship. And I might be all of the stereotypes right now. But there was, like, at the social bar, they sold like carnival stuff like hot dogs and popcorn,
Candy,
candy, and pretzels, and they had chicken wings. But
the wingdings.
yeah, wingdings, and they weren't fried. They couldn't have been fried.
No, they were like
It had
baked or
no breading,
grilled.
and
Yeah,
it was, I don't know. They just looked weird for me, so I didn't eat any chicken. So
I had some. They were decent. It was to me it was chicken. I had the buffalo and they had buffalo sauce and then they had just plain, and I had both, and they were
it
decent
was okay, but it
for
wasn't
me.
your regular chick. Like, there was no chicken tenders, no nothing, just chicken strips, nothing, just these
Yeah,
little. That was the only place, excuse me, that I saw chicken. Oh, you had a chicken sandwich
yeah, I had
at Razzle
a
Dazzle.
fried chicken sandwich,
Yeah,
which was
it looked dry.
it was it was dry. I'm not a sauce guy like on burgers and sandwiches, so I got it plain. But they didn't even have barbecue sauce for me to put on there. So I mean, the menus for these restaurants they seem real fancy.
Yeah,
Like she said, and myself as well. I'm like a plain guy. Give me a
just
burrito, give me a taco.
give me some.
Uh,
They
you
didn't even
know,
have regular chicken tacos at the taco place,
yeah, it
so that
was.
was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but I mean, they did have in the galley the burgers. You get burger and
Yeah,
fries, which was pretty good. It was good. I
right.
enjoyed the burger and fries. Then different days they had a variety of different types of things. They did end up having a chicken sandwich
Oh, I
there,
forgot about that. Yeah,
and it was a
it was
piece
all
of
right.
like
It was a thigh,
it was
like
a
a chicken thigh.
yeah thigh without the boneless, but it was to me it was a little bland. I was like,
You probably
oh,
would.
okay. But I mean, they did try to mix it up a little bit. But I mean, that's one of the things like she said she didn't like, and I didn't really care. I mean, we both found things that we enjoyed that we
Yeah,
liked, but you look at the menu and we like, what's all this? You have to
yeah.
have the
It
server
was a lot.
explain to you what
Yeah,
it is,
that
and
was the
like,
thing too. They always had to explain, well, this is this, and you can get that, but you will not go hungry because they bring plate after plate after
oh,
plate.
it's a
So
lot.
it
It's
is
a
a
lot.
lot of food. So you will not be hungry.
Hmm.
Um, but my favorite treat was the ice cream place.
You love the ice cream.
Lick me till ice cream. Okay, that ice cream was fresh. You can tell they made it. You can tell it wasn't just something that they just took out some cartons. Like, that ice cream was so good. That was a treat that I gave myself. I would have two, and I will put in a picture of me with some dessert and the ice cream in, because I loved the ice cream.
Yeah, I had the ice cream at
Pink
what?
agave. No, no, no.
No,
Gumbe.
yeah, I had the ice cream at Gumby was good, but the ice cream I enjoyed the most,
Extra virgin.
extra virgin.
Okay.
That ice, whatever the vanilla ice cream,
Oh, right, right.
it was hitting. I did like extra virgin, and I came out there with a tummy ache.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
man, I was like, I overdid it because it was so good.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was gonna make it to the
Man,
pajama party.
I had to take a nap. I had to take a nap to sleep some of it off because it hit me.
Yeah,
because it was good.
yeah.
It's good. So.
Oh yeah. So I think overall, I would do Virgin again. What about you? Would you do Virgin?
I would do Virgin again. Now that I did it, we done
We know what to
Virgin.
expect.
We know what to expect. So
Yeah.
I would, I know what to do. I know what to bring. What to look out for. So
Yeah.
yes, I would definitely do Virgin again. I'll do
All right,
Virgin again.
cool. I enjoyed it. Well, we hope that just our little review of our trip and some of the clips that we put in are things that we like, even some pictures of food. Hopefully, it'll inspire you to go and try it out for yourself. Don't take our word for it because we watched video after video after video, and it still wasn't what we expected. So, but don't forget to like, subscribe,
And comment.
share with your friend, and come back and see us again. But Virgin Voyage, I give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay, 8 out of 10. That's strong. I would say, uh, I'll say like 7.5 for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's like I said, there's some things that could have been better, but um, the bottom line is we enjoyed ourselves. It wasn't like, oh,
Absolutely.
this is like we couldn't wait to get off the
Right.
ship.
We
So
would do it again.
we enjoyed ourselves. There was
Yeah.
enough to keep us engaged and enjoy ourselves.
Absolutely. So Virgin Voyage, you will see the Wilsons again.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in next time for What's Up with the Wilsons, where we don't know where we'll be, but we will share with you. So see you next time.
All right.
Wilsons out.
Peace out.
Oh, you left me hanging.
Oh, sorry.
No. We're on the Virgin.